this Akashic Records reading came through in a very different way. Not as something remembered, not as something you needed to piece together, but as something that felt like it was already active, already present. So I want you to just take a breath for a moment, because what I'm picking up on here is not something you learned. It's something that was given to you. When I first accessed your records for this, there wasn't a scene in the way your other readings come through. There wasn't a clear environment or a defined role that you stepped into over time. There was a moment, a very distinct moment where something changed, where something shifted inside of you and didn't go back. There's something very clear here. You weren't becoming something gradually. You were activated into it. There's a feeling of being brought into a space, not by chance, not by exploration, but by selection. You didn't find this. You were brought to it, and at first, there may not have been full understanding. There may not have been clarity about what was happening, only a sense that something was about to change. And then it did. There's something here about the initiation itself, because it wasn't symbolic. It wasn't something that happened externally. It was internal. Something within you shifted, opened, or was ignited in a way that could not be reversed. And from that point forward, you weren't the same. There's a feeling of intensity here, but not chaos, not overwhelm, controlled, directed, like something precise was placed within you and your system adjusted around it. There's also something very important here. You didn't just experience this. You were able to hold it. Not everyone could. Not everyone would have remained stable after something like that. But you did. And that's why you were chosen. There's something very clear here. This wasn't about awareness alone. This was about capacity, your ability to contain something, to stabilize it, to carry it without losing yourself. And that's what made this different. Because once this was activated, your role was not to use it immediately. It was to hold it, to maintain it, to allow it to exist within you without distortion. And that required control. It required presence. It required you to stay aligned, even when the intensity of what you carried could have shifted you. There's also something here about the flame itself, because it wasn't just energy. It was directive, intentional. It carried something within it, a kind of intelligence that didn't need to be explained. And over time, you became attuned to it, not by learning, but by being with it, allowing it to move through you without resistance, without trying to change it, without trying to define it too quickly. And because of that, you became a carrier of something very specific, a frequency that wasn't common, a state that wasn't easily accessed, something that others could feel even if they didn't understand it. There's also something here about how this affected others, because your presence wasn't neutral. It didn't just exist in a space. It altered it subtly, but consistently. People felt something around you, not always in a way they could describe, but in a way that shifted them. Something in them responded, something in them activated, something in them became aware. And again, that wasn't something you tried to do. It was a byproduct of what you carried, because what was placed within you was not meant to stay contained forever. It was meant to exist, and in existing, to influence. There's also something here about how this carried forward, because this didn't end there. It didn't disappear. It remained, not as a memory, but as a state. And what I'm picking up on now is that this is still present, still active, There's something very specific here about your current experience, because you may have moments where something shifts suddenly, where your energy changes, your awareness sharpens, your internal state becomes more intense without anything external triggering it, and it may feel unfamiliar at times or difficult to explain because it doesn't come from outside of you, it comes from within. There's also something here about how this shows up in your life, because you may not always understand why you feel the way you do, why certain moments feel charged, why certain environments affect you more deeply, why certain interactions seem to trigger something inside of you. But what I'm seeing is those are activation points, moments where what you carry becomes more active, more present, more expressed. And because this isn't something you learned consciously, it doesn't always feel linear. It doesn't always make sense in the moment. It just happens. There's also something here about control again, because even now, you don't lose yourself in it. You don't become overwhelmed by it. You stabilize it, even when you don't realize you're doing it. And that's the same pattern, the same ability, the same capacity that allowed you to hold it before is still present now. There's also something here about trust, because this is where the shift is happening. Learning to trust that what you feel, what you experience internally, is not random. It's not something you need to suppress or ignore. It's something you're meant to understand through experience, through presence, through allowing it to exist without needing to define it immediately. There's also something here about timing, because this isn't always active at the same level. There are moments where it's quiet, where it feels distant, and moments where it becomes very present, very clear. And those moments are not accidental. They're aligned. They're connected to what you're experiencing, to where you are, to what's unfolding around you. And over time, you begin to recognize the pattern, not through analysis, but through familiarity. There's also something here about what this means moving forward, because this isn't something you're meant to ignore. This isn't something you're meant to dismiss as overthinking or imagination. This is something you're meant to become aware of in your own way, not forced, not rushed, but recognized, because what you carry is not something that needs to be proven. It doesn't need to be validated externally. It just needs to be acknowledged internally. And the more you allow that, the more it integrates, the more it stabilizes, the more it becomes something you can move with instead of something that feels unpredictable. So if this is resonating, if you felt like something within you activates at certain times, like there's an internal intensity that doesn't come from outside, like there are moments where your awareness sharpens suddenly, this is your confirmation. You're not imagining it. You're not creating it. You're experiencing something that has always been there, something that was placed within you, something that you were chosen to carry. And the more you begin to trust that, the more it becomes clear, not all at once, but in those moments where it activates, where it becomes present, where you feel it again, in the same way you did before. If this resonated with you, if it felt like something within you was being activated or recognized, you can like and subscribe and allow the messages that are meant for you to continue finding you. And if you're feeling called to go deeper into your own Akashic energy, private readings are now available at akashicreveal.com, where we can look more specifically at your personal patterns, past life themes, and what's currently activating within you. Everything you need will be there when you're ready.